Hey, I'm Danielle, and today I'm telling you the story of when I traveled the South with 16 farmers. This was seriously the most random experience. I used to work for this company and they sponsored this trip for the farmers, and so I went as the communication person to take a few photos and find the stories, but really haven't experienced anything like it since. We toured farm fields, I held a drone, and this was back in 2016 when they were kind of a huge deal. And we went to this restaurant in the most rundown area of Mississippi. You literally went through the kitchen to get to the actual tables, and they served steaks that were the size of your head. I kid you not. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is actually Bill Clinton's favorite restaurant. There was an article in the bathroom about it, but that's a whole nother story. So anyway, it's me and 16 farmer guys who all called me Miss Mabry, which was kind of hilarious because I was by far the youngest person there. But with as weird and random of an experience as this all was, there's one thing that really stuck with me from that trip, and that is how passionate these guys were about farming. I mean, if you've ever talked to a farmer before, you know it's a hard job. It takes a lot of work and constant attention, and you really need to have a passion for it. And I can tell you there's this one specific moment that pops into my mind. So we were in this cotton museum, and I use the word museum lightly. It was more like a shack, a dusty shack. But we were in there, and I'm pretty sure this was in Mississippi, and there was this one guy and he was telling this story of how obsessed with farming he was as a kid, and he had this little toy tractor, and during his gym class all the kids were playing kickball or something, and he was out in the corner of the field with his little toy tractor, and his gym teacher got mad at him, was like, hey, get back over here, start playing the game. And he refused to do it because he just wanted to play with his little toy tractor and imagine himself as this grown man farmer. And I'll never forget that moment. This is just a lighthearted little story, but at the core, it really makes you think about how much passion really drives you. I mean, it energizes you, right? And I know people use the word passion a lot, so let's sub in a different word, not just when you're passionate about something, but when you really care about something, you can go so much further with it than the person who's just doing it to pay the bills or to just get through a day. When you really care, when you really are so into it, so engaged, you just love it, you get so much more energy, so much more drive, so much more of a feeling from doing it when you really care about it rather than when you're just doing it to check the box. So my directive here is not gonna be, go find your passion, just like every other person out there who says this, but it's really gonna be to think about what you really care about, because you know the things that bring you energy. You know those things that light you up, and you feel like when you think about them and start talking about them, you start talking really fast, or you could talk about it forever, or you love when people ask you questions about it, or you know that you can just blab about it to your friends until they get tired of hearing you. You know what those things are. And when you think about that, essentially, you've already found your passions, or, subbing in that word, you've already found those things you care about. Just think about how you can integrate them more in your daily life. All right, I'll stop with my rant. I'll get off my soapbox, but I really want you to think about what's that thing or that group of things that really makes you feel like that guy with the little tractor toy where, the gym teacher is calling you over to play kickball and you don't really care. You just want to sit there and play with your toy tractor and imagine when you're this grown-up farmer. What is that thing for you, or what are those things for you? And we'll leave it at that. You've probably had enough of me talking super fast and moving around my hands, so we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any reflections, realizations from this whole conversation, please leave them in the comments below. Click the little like button at least, and I hope that you can subscribe so that you see more videos like this one. Thanks again for watching. Bye!